Nobody should beg anyone to release me. I didn't commit any crime, Nnamdi Kanu warns. My dear listeners, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in the DSS detention, speaks out, says nobody should beg for his release. He said he hasn't committed any crime. My dear listeners, going into the full gist, and before I do that, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Good morning and welcome to today's news. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has warned against appealing for his release, stating that he did not commit any crime. Kanu's counsel, Aloy Ejimako, disclosed this on Saturday in a statement. According to him, Kanu's warning followed appeals made by some Southeast leaders for his release. Niger Point reported that Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalul, and other Southeast legislators called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release the IPOB leader. Ejimako, in the statement published on his social media handle, said Kanu was displeased with appeals for his release and frowned at such appeals on Friday. It read, "During my visitation with Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday, he made it abundantly clear that while he is deeply appreciative of the effort and the widespread calls being made by well-meaning individuals and groups to secure his release, he, however, instructed his legal team to issue the following clarifications. The matter of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not an act of mercy, pardon, executive clemency, or even amnesty. Instead, it should be an act of simply complying with the subsisting Federal High Court judgment that declared his detention as unconstitutional, or even the extant International Tribunal decisions that separately declared his detention as unlawful. Alternatively, the decision to free him from detention and discontinue his infamous prosecution can be made by simply resorting to the constitutional provisions that empower the Attorney General of the Federation on the directive of the President to discontinue any prosecution. Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu is adamant that nobody should plead or beg anybody on his behalf because he has committed no crime. Self-determination, which is the real issue that got twisted, to suddenly become a high crime is an inalienable right guaranteed under the laws of Nigeria, the United Nations, the United Kingdom, and Kenya. Thus, the perverse and unlawful criminalization of his exercise of this right should not unwittingly be encouraged through some misguided appeals for pardon, clemency, or mercy. Thus, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not an act of mercy or pardon, but an act of abiding by rule of law. Inasmuch as those calling for his release are sincere, their calls for pardon or clemency may be misconstrued as a green light to the executive branch or even the court to violate the rule of law by continuing to subject Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a prosecution or trial that does not comport with the tenet of the Constitution and Nigerian treaty obligations. Instead of begging, those desiring his release should emulate the language and tact used by Afenifere or Aneze, World Igbo Congress WIC, ranking members of the National Assembly, American military veterans of Igbo descent, Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.